Crolister, the master opponent. Hi guys, and happy Halloween. Crolister here with a Namcot long play. In this video, I'll be playing a perfectly fitting game for the occasion, Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti, in Namco Museum Archives. Alright, so, I'm playing this on Namco Museum Archives on the Nintendo Switch, which, like I explained before, is a compilation of... many of which are just arcade ports. This game, though, is actually a prequel. I think. It's based on the 1988 arcade game Splatterhouse. So, you know. Here we go. This was released in 1989 as an NES title. Based on some images I saw on Google Images, this game might have been sold outside of Japan originally. This set just uses the Japanese version. I'm guessing that's Jennifer. She's weeping at a grave. Then all of a sudden Rick comes up and is not actually dead. She's all excited. Then, that gravesite gets struck as well, revealing the Pumpkin King, which is the final boss, and it takes Jennifer away, and Rick has to rescue her. So, let's begin, shall we? With the exception of the second stage, this game's really not that hard, so I'm gonna use the rewind as little as possible. It's really not that hard. You just control young Rick through a cemetery and use an axe to destroy enemies. There's a counter in the upper left corner that shows you how many enemies you've destroyed. And if you fill the counter up completely, Rick's maximum vitality increases. I didn't realize in the original showcase of the compilation that you can actually destroy the cross skewers. So, yeah. You learn from your mistakes. Slice away from these enemies. Alright, we got a really long wait period here, so... you're just stuck here waiting while these guys are dancing about here, so... Alright, now we're ready to go. Dodge the vampire's attacks as you destroy the zombies, basically. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a play of the other Namco Museum Archives as well, like the first one. Because a couple of the games in the second set are not even by Namco. For whatever reason, it has Legacy of the Wizard, which is by Falcom, and Mendel Palace, which is actually by Game Freak. The very Game Freak that made Pokemon. Not sure why, those were there. Maybe they're replacing Japan-exclusive games that they want to stay Japan-exclusive. No clue. Occasionally, enemies will drop candy after you destroy them. Those will increase your vitality by 1 point. And there are also burgers in some part, which will restore your vitality by a larger degree. There are some items like crates that can be broken. For whatever reason, I got that ugly scan line in my recording, even though I was certain I knew how to stop that from now on. Must be because I'm playing the game with scan lines. I'm not sure. Did away the bookshelf boss. Now for the hard part, this boss. Though you can destroy the chairs while they're attacking you, they regenerate. So, that's what makes this boss tough. Checking through this. So, yeah. At the start of a stage, you're also given a 4-character password that you can use to continue later. That was specifically meant to be for the original NES version of the game, of course. In the compilation, you can make suspend points and use a rewind function. This is actually the hardest stage in the game. It really is. And I struggled to get through this part with the chickens and the knives. So much, in fact, I had to use the rewind. So, forgive me. And after this scene, it actually gets worse. So, you know. I hate this part so much. Now we're in a sewer scene. This is much like, the respective stage from the original Splatterhouse, sort of. I wouldn't need a piece of candy that landed in sewer water, myself. Oh well. Though that part with the chickens was unnerving as, you know. This part gets even worse if you're trying to beat it without rewinds. As you can see, I'm struggling to keep my vitality up. Alright. This is arguably the worst part of the entire game. I'm gonna have to use the rewind to get through this. Luckily, in this recording, I only had to do it once. And then I failed to hit the mouse as soon as he shrunk. What do you know? Then that's actually the hardest stage in the entire game. It really is. This is a really long stage here. Throughout the stage, you want to stomp on the garbage cans. Occasionally, they'll drop a piece of candy that you can pick up for health recovery. In addition to not really wanting to do the other Namco Museum Archives in the Long Play Showcase form because of the randomly selected third-party games, I also did get copyright claimed on the first video for Mappy, specifically for the music, which could have been prevented just by muting the audio. So, you know. Right. This is kind of a do-or-die scene from what it looks like. You just have to take out the chainsaws quickly. And if you're quick enough, you can go this way. You got this lass with creatures coming out of her. Kind of like, gives me kind of an Alien vibe. As in Alien the movie with the xenomorphs. That's what this reminds me of. Pay attention to the ones that go on the ceiling in particular, and move as soon as they pause, because that's where they drop, and then attack them. The ones that land on the ground move more slowly. And somehow she's not dead. Like I said in the thumbnail for this video, this is hardcore trick-or-treating right here. That is a church bell, that sound. Even in a kid's rendition of Splatterhouse, they still have a religious reference, so, you know. This guy is summoning these, demon-like creatures that fly around. Try to take them out while you can. Then the boss himself transforms into a ram. And you have to jump and hit him with the axe immediately. If you're quick enough to his movement, he's not that hard, really. So. I said this is a really long stage. Whether or not a garbage can gives you a piece of candy after you crush it is completely randomly decided for a playthrough. So it's not like the same ones are always going to give you a candy, just so you know. Then we go in here. I made a reference to the Alien movies earlier. You know what this reminds me of? The first Pokemon games. You know, the character Bill merges himself with a Pokemon, and he has to have you use this machine to unmerge him. That's basically what this is. Now you have to fight a human fly, basically. He only takes a few hits to destroy. You just have to be careful of his cloning attack here, because it can make it hard to hit him. See, he dies in 4 hits. Then there's an easy-to-miss secret here. You can press up to go inside the machine. See what happens. We're in Japan. Very interesting indeed. You need to go through this door specifically. The others will take you back to the start. There's those yokai, leg parasol creatures. We're climbing our way up the castle here. The enemies here can be a bit of a pain to get through. Then you press up here. And we have a really long wait scene. So... The kimono chick gives you a crystal ball. You'll see what that does much later on. And, if you take the Japan route that I just did, your health will also be fully restored, which is convenient. So now we're at the docks. Some stages have a shotgun, which allows you to shoot 10 bullets, which will wipe out enemies in front of you. Because shotguns have a spreading shot after you shoot them, you know. Use each shot wisely. Why is there a rock formation that resembles a pair of spread out legs? That's about as crude as the naked woman block formation in one of the Kirby games. Huh. These bats can also drive you crazy. You see how my counter requires 60 enemies to get a health up? Once you get that, your vitality is maxed out for the rest of the game, meaning it can't go any higher. So... watch the shark fins as they appear in the background, and jump over them as soon as they, come your way. You can't destroy them, so you have to memorize their entry pattern, basically. As soon as you get here, you fight the main boss of this stage. It's a guy with forks and knives. It can be very difficult to determine where the vulnerable spot appears, although the boss is not really that hard. So... see, it's actually pretty easy. Alright, moving forward. Cut down this log. Alright then. Good luck trying to get through this segment of the game without taking damage. I'm not sure if you even can. With the rising water and the spikes on the ceiling. These ghost-like enemies will shoot the spirit out after you destroy them, causing an even bigger mess. So you gotta be careful where you hit them. Wait for the spider. You should not chop down this log. You need to stay up to make that part without taking damage. Alright, I'm going to purposely let a bucket fall on me. This is a little secret that can make this stage's boss easier. Notice how Rick turned into a literal bucket head? If you do that, you can reduce the damage you take, I think. A little bit, while fighting this werewolf boss, which can make it a little bit easier. Keep in mind that the werewolf has an invincibility shield after you land a hit on it for like a second, so you gotta wait before you hit him again. The person returned to normal, and we're moving on. The bucket head effect only lasts for, that one stage, though, so. Yeah, I want the shotgun. Yeah. The shotgun can hit multiple enemies at once. Just in mind, you cannot exceed 10 bullets in capacity. So if you get that shotgun while still having this one's ammo, it goes back to 10. So, you know. It can be very easy to fall off the bridge here, especially the one that collapses. And that'll take you back to the stage's beginning. Not good. While I did say I'm not sure if I wanted to do a showcase long play of Namco Museum Archives second set. Exactly. Another reason is because the games in it are not nearly as fun, in my opinion, some of them. I might still want to do a Namco Arcade showcase where I play every Namco Arcade game currently on the Switch with Arcade Archives. In the manner that I did in the first long play. The first Namco Museum Archives long play. So, this is the final stage. Let's go. You can't reach that hand, surely enough. soon as you descend, you see this boss. If he catches you, you'll be taken into a lengthier part of the stage. If you avoid him and go through the door, you appear in Egypt. Very interesting indeed. The candy and shotguns throughout this stage are a trap that sends you right back to the beginning. I didn't care, I still wanted the shotgun. I'm just focusing on getting to the end. Despite this, the enemies can hit you off very easily. Especially since most of them are bats. So... I may use the rewind here to get through there without falling off. Because that bat, where that bat is at, it makes it very hard to do so. Right. Then you meet the... Egyptian Queen, which has another very, very long wait sequence, so... She gives you a crystal ball as well. Your health will be fully recovered after you return from there. This part where you have to dodge the clock's hands projectiles can hit you off very easily. And I had to use rewind for that reason. Didn't I say in the thumbnail that this was a casual playthrough? I just now noticed that the pendulums of these clocks have eyeballs. It's easier to pay attention to the background while you're watching a video playback of a game than it is to actually play the game. Much easier. There's an unnecessary room in the restroom, which I'm not going to do in the playthrough, because that'll just put me in more danger than I need to be. And I just love how the deer head there laps at you if you take damage in this room. You can destroy it for a piece of candy. The bats in this room will grab you by their talons and try to drop you down one of the holes in the floor. You can move out of the way easily, though, with the air control, so whatever. These are the ghouls that have their spirits chase after you hit them. Alright, if you press the up direction at the soda machine, Rick will actually grab a soda and start drinking, recovering his health by 6 points. You should do that before you confront the Pumpkin King, the final boss. While this boss is not that difficult, the fight takes quite a while to finish, so we're gonna be in a pretty boring scene for quite a while. The Pumpkin King also has its body flicker and bounce along the walls diagonally, in a diagonal pattern. You just can't see it in this video because of the frame rate. My laptop can only do videos at 30 frames per second, so, you know. Alright, we're lagging a bit here. What a scene for my computer to start lagging on the recording. Yeah, see how the pumpkin's moving after you hit him? It flickers while it does that, which is why you can't always see him in the video. There, I finally got him. It kind of looks to me like my computer didn't like that part of the game, recording the video. There's a lot of lag there. Then, Rick finds Jennifer, and they hug. Then it turns out they're at a video shooting studio. I find it interesting that Jennifer has blonde hair on the box art for that game, even though in the actual Splatterhouse she has brown hair. Oh well. Then the director is thanking Rick for his effort, I'm guessing. Then Rick removes the helmet and walks off. I find it very interesting that Rick actually has brown hair, yet he appears bald while he's wearing the mask. That goes for the original adult Rick as well. And the mask laughs evilly like it does at the end of the original Splatterhouse, with scenario going haywire. If you get the crystal balls, you get these little intermissions. The first one shows Rick and Jennifer just relaxing on the hillside, with the dig dug-like flower next to them. And then the other one shows them running into a house, exactly like the beginning intermission of Splatterhouse Arcade. So, if you've played the original Splatterhouse all the way through, you know that's not going to be a well-established ending. The movie Splatterhouse is completed. Thank you. You're great. Stay the hell away from drugs. Believe me, I'm 100% against drugs, so no need to worry about me. Then credits roll. Yappy, Princess Kai. Kind of sounds like other Namco characters to me. Namcot. The subsidiary of Namco that made console games back in the day. And yeah, that was Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti. I'm definitely liking this game more and more the more I play it. It's not that hard, like Splatterhouse itself. It's pretty fun, and a perfect fit for Halloween. So, yeah. Stay tuned for more Namco Arcade content. I'll do more long plays of their games as Hamster Corporation adds more to the Arcade Archives lineup. And stay tuned for my, general showcase long play of Namco Arcade games that I have planned for birthday week. my 30th birthday comes the 3rd of November, so, I reached out to my fans on DeviantArt on the matter, and I'll see what my birthday brings this year. Alright, so that's it for Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti. I am Crowlister, Master of Pontage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you.